Hello everyone, my name is Olivia. I am a tarot and oracle card reader, an uncontrollable creator, a creative doula, and today I'm going to be doing a reading for this video, I'm going to be doing a reading for the earth signs. No, this is the air signs. I just did water, fire, and earth, so this is the air sign video, and it's been a great collection of energies. So for these readings, these can be tropical or sidereal astrology, whichever one you want to use. I'm doing more of like the archetypal energies, collective energies, so you could do both if you know both of your charts and just enjoy whatever resonates with you. It could be your sun, your moon, your rising, or if you have any cluster of planets that are in the same sign, especially if it's like the sun to Jupiter, then watch that video as well. You can just watch all of them too, that'd be great. They're very like, I feel like there's something relevant in it in all the videos. It may not be completely like the situation you're in, but the processes, I don't know. It's also just like good music. I'm doing these readings mostly based on like, I'm mostly following like the songs. I'm doing like song divination, so I'm like picking or like shuffling for songs. So each reading has had like 2 or 3 songs just to get the energy of the reading. Then I have 3 Lenormand cards from my old Arabian Lenormand deck, 1 card from my grandma baby's black gold Lenormand deck, and then 3 tarot cards from my DustIIOnyx deck. And so let's get started. So, okay, I completely forgot what I was trying to sit here and think about like what I was doing for this reading, but anyway. The first song that I got is Can We Be Friends by Kirby. And I forgot to pull up the songs, so Can We Be Friends by Kirby. So you probably can already guess what this kind of song is about. Don't make this awkward, I know it's over, though we spent a lot of time together, baby, through the good and the bad, I know we got a lot of memories. And I'm saying it like that because as I was hearing this song, I was literally just annoyed with this whole energy. And so some of y'all may be annoyed with that energy as well. The whole like, can we just be friends? We broke up, but I hate to see it go that way. Baby, can we be friends? We ain't gotta be enemies, even though we ended things. Can we be friends? Yeah. Baby, look at these photographs. I could cry when I look back. Nobody's ever made me feel, nobody ever will. Then the song ends with break up to make up, maybe a little makeup, making no makeup, maybe it looked like a sweat top, break up to make up. Don't you say goodbye. So yeah, I was just really annoyed with the whole song. So maybe some of you are too. And for this reading, I feel it's important to say, like, you could be on, either you're the one that's like, can we be friends? Or you're the one that's annoyed with someone saying that shit. So yeah, a lot of me in this reading was, I was irritated with the song and the whole energy of the song. I literally, while the song's playing and I'm shuffling for cards, I'm like clenching my jaw. And throughout the whole reading, I had to remind myself to breathe. I was just really irritated, and I'm still sitting in this energy, just like annoyed. So yeah, that was the opening. The next, I got the cards. They were better. The cards, we got the key. And I love this. I've been saying this in every reading. I love this light because you get this. I just love being able to show like the details of the cards, especially with my dark cards. We got the heart. And we got the moon. And so what I got from this was that a really simple message, like the key to your like emotional life, your love life is your intuition. Like that's the key. And then at the bottom of the deck was the sun. So that was like, yes, the success is in the intuition. When it comes to love and emotional matters, because I think, especially because y'all are air signs, there's like always a sort of like communicative or intellectual process happening. And you always got to match that with the emotions to create the conducting, like to be like a conduit for intuition. The whole reading was about following your intuition. And so if someone's like, can we be friends? Can we get back together? And a lot of the readings have been about like learning how to cut shit off. We're about to hit in this side of time. No matter where you're reading this is kind of like, there can be timeless the story can be timeless. But on this side of time, we're about to have a new moon tomorrow. So it's really just like a lot of energy of like, just cut it off. A lot of the readings have been like, just cut it off. Like talking about in some relationships, like there's a lot of relationships that need to just be cut off. And so this whole reading has just been like following your intuition. And yeah, this feels like a lot of just cut it off. So, you know, maybe, so yeah, more than likely you might be the group that's like annoyed with, can we be friends? But if you are that person that's like, can we be friends? Do you really want to be friends? Is that really going to be what you're going into it with? Like and don't just make yourself, you know, like be very honest about like your intentions going into something. And that takes me to the next song. I forgot that song. I don't know why. I was so annoyed at this reading. I paused in between like looking at the cards, did something else. And when I came back, I completely forgot the whole reading because I don't like this. The next song was Deep Down Body Thrust by NERD. The lyrics were all the stuff that you said. Hey buddy, now, yeah, I heard what you said. All bets are off. You're a choke artist, man. Man, you would have stalled. Running against my race, you're lost. We're all like the maddening, the American mall, where corporations won't pay for effects they cause. Oh, you won't get away even in your fast car. You won't get away sending your son to the stars. So basically, it's like, you won't get away smoking the garage, going to your head because your intentions are dead wrong, dead wrong. So if your intentions are dead wrong and you're going into it like, can we just be friends? And you know that you don't want to just be friends and you aren't emotionally capable of being just friends with someone, leave them alone. A lot of these readings have been with relationships. Either go away, like leave them alone, leave them alone. Whether you're the one that wants to get back, leave them alone. Stop wasting people's time. Or if you are struggling to get away from someone, leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Leave them alone. Yeah. So intuition is the best bet. Like there's other things out there. There's so many different relationships we can have in our lives that you gotta think like abundance wise, like there's more out there. Go leave them alone. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling with this reading. Like really just annoyed. Like stop. I don't know. Maybe it's because this is the last reading and I'm just like, I don't know. But it's not. But even while I was like, there was a lot of energy. Even while I was like shuffling the cards, there's just like a bunch of cards flopping all over the place, falling on the ground. It was like real chaotic. Okay. Stop, Shiloh. Okay, the next song that I kind of got, Shiloh. Okay, so the next card I have is, where do I want to go? I'll go with the next song. I'll go with the card. So the first card, it was reversed, but it's the Conjurer. You see all the details? The details? The colors? Usually the cards are like so dark you can't see. But the light, it just makes it look so nice. So we got the Conjurer, that's reversed. Which reversed, so I was saying this in the other reading, the last reading I did, which I think was Earth signs. The idea of like manipulation of energy. We all like are manipulators in some way. The Conjurer knows that they are a manipulator, that they manipulate energy. And the Conjurer does so. The Conjurer upright does so with like good intentions, with knowing their power. And so in knowing their power, they wield their power. So I don't know. It felt like either y'all are maybe dealing with this a lot, dealing with like this energy of manipulation that's not intentional, or it also felt like maybe air signs are the people all in all the other readings that they need to get away from. Like, I don't know. Maybe y'all are like really dealing with it a lot, but at the same time, maybe y'all might be the problem. But yeah, the Conjurer, the card talks about like being mindful of the ripples that you create. So really, like the Conjurer reverse doesn't know the power they wield. And so they're out here like being a manipulator with no intention, with like lack of intention. And so it's just kind of wielding this power any which way. And they're very skeptical, which you don't need to be skeptical if you're tuned into your intuition. Like if you're really tuned into your intuition, there's not really a need to be like super cynical and skeptical. Then we have so again, you could be the Aries sign, the air sign that's in this energy or dealing with this energy. We got the Nine of Staffs, which was also reversed, and this is a card of being on the defense, being overwhelmed by adversity, and then again needing to like being overwhelmed. So it's from the Nine of Staffs to the Ten of Staffs. Both are reversed. And so it's like being so overwhelmed by adversity, being like, yeah, just overwhelmed and like needing to like putting up these huge walls and defenses, and then moving to the Ten of Staffs where you're just like really burnt out. You have too much on your plate and you need a rest, like needing rest. And that takes me to the next song. Oh no, wait, I skipped the song. So this, I had 4 songs because there was one song that came up called Why I Love the Moon by, what are they called? Phony people? Hold on. Let me look this up. Why I love the moon. Yeah, that's funny. Why I Love the Moon by Phony People. So again, either you are in this energy of being manipulative and phony and need to tap into your intuition so you can stop and leave people alone and tap into your own energy and your own power so you can like wield your energy with intention. Or you're dealing with this and you should still tap into your intuition and know how to like get away from people, and just let it go. So why I love the moon. Real love so hard to find, just when you think you found it, the illusions in your eyes. That's why I love the moon. Every night it's there for you. It's constant. Unlike these human beings who lie about what it seems to be. You think the earth is where you stand. You're in the palm of someone's hand. And that's why I love the moon, because it's always there for me. So again, either this is someone's, like, one thing about this song that's always bothered me, especially when, so on one hand, the moon, because we got the moon card. So on one hand, the moon is intuition. And yes, and your intuition always is there for you. It's constant. And it's your connection to the divine. So unlike these human beings, like, it's being connected to something like higher than you. So it's like having a greater vision. So getting past illusion and lies. So like, yeah, on one hand, loving the moon is like loving your intuition, your subconscious space. And that it's always there for you and it's constant. On the other hand, again, with this energy of like being manipulative, this song has always bothered me with thinking about the actual moon, because it's not always there in your window. It's literally not always there, and it's literally not always constant, because it has phases. Literally, we're about, like, right now we're in the new moon where you can't see the moon. So the moon is not always there for you. I mean, it's there, but it's not like right every night around about your window. Like, you know, there's just these two different energies. One of them really like is irritating me. And so it's just like, no, the moon's not always there for you. It literally has phases. The sun literally produces shadows on the moon, like, so it's not always there for you. And so it's like that manipulative energy where someone thinks you're just always there for them, or you should be. I don't know. Yeah. Or it's your intuition and it is always there for you. Yeah, because people can consume my love in the wrong way, so I send it up. So yeah, connecting with something, connecting with your intuition is the main message of this. And this song seems to be more about intuition. As I said, that's why I let the moon shine, because through the time I've been confused on how to moon. I'm stuck in between what wasn't and what could be the truth. still up trying to escape the demons in my room. You see it's no change dropping. We learn to maintain profit. And how could anybody else feel pain when they brainwash us and watch us every time we make exchanges? So yeah, it's tapping into intuition, like, and the key and solution to tapping into your love energy and your emotional energy is your intuition. That's where you will like find like success. This could also be on a larger scale because of these lyrics that I just read and the deep down body threads talking about like corporations. This could just be like, besides the Kirby song, like this could just be like being fed up with manipulation and like government, media and everything, and like, again, maybe being so distraught and torn down and like the burden and adverse, maybe the adverse, that is the adversary, and that's the like needing to take a rest from all the political talk and all of the woes of the day. Like if you're someone that's constantly tuned into every bad thing that's happening on this planet, maybe like stepping back from that, resting from that, and finding out and tapping into your intuition and your creative space, your emotional space, and like what's right here, what's like right here, and being present with yourself, because that's how the conjurer knows the power that they wield. So if you're like trying to wield power and you can't see the ripples that you create because you are constantly looking at the entire ocean, and you're gonna miss the ripples that you're creating because you're not. The moon is the ocean. The moon moves the ocean, and you tap into like that moon, that intuitive, to like be able to be a ripple in the wave, you know? That's a good, yeah, that's also what this reading is making me think about, like tapping into the moon and like loving the moon. The moon being this body that moves the whole ocean on Earth, but you are just like a ripple in the ocean, and you can't see the ripples. You can't see the like waves that you're making if you're constantly focused on everything that's going wrong in the world. And so it's tapping into your intuition and tapping into like your heart space and your emotional space. And that can be the key as well. And the key to like your success, the key to knowing the power that you wield, and like, because our power is not necessarily going to be, you know, very few people on this planet, especially today, like very few people on this planet have like such huge waves. You know, you think about someone like Michael Jackson, he had a big wave, you know, but we all can't be like that big in the wave. And then also this, again, the smaller waves make the bigger waves. So it's just about like paying attention to like the little waves that you're making, and they accumulate and create the big wave that is being moved by the moon. So it's tapping into that moon energy, that intuition energy, that collective subconscious energy, to know what part you play in the waves being made. So that was the song, but then back to the other story. There, I got the song. Not the other story. It's just the whole story. I got the song Soweto Blues. Who's this by? Let me see. Juls. Duh. Juls. Okay. So this song, Soweto Blues by Juls, featuring Busiswa and Jazz Karis. Come outside, let the darkness of the world escape your eyes. Give it all away, it ain't meant for your eyes. Takes one to know one. You got issues, baby, you got issues. We got issues. Don't want to talk about it, don't want to live without it. Give me a night without it, don't want to talk about it. Yeah. So yeah, that energy too. Like, whether it's a personal relationship or it's just the relationship with your intuition and dealing with all of the world's issues and pains and struggles, unless you know exactly where you can direct your energy to support with something. Maybe if it's really like draining you and like taking you out of your intuitive state and creative state and like draining your creative energy, you don't have to know. We know so much of our energy is pulled around the world, which is very new for us. Like, even within the past few decades, we weren't disconnected to absolutely everything around the world, to where like I can know about the smallest thing happening on the whole other side of the world and being like, oh my God, this horrible thing happened, and then know about the whole neighborhood and the whole city and the whole state and the whole region, the whole nation, the whole hemisphere. And it's just a lot of information that we haven't had to like be tapped into that type of information, and also tap into our creative energy, and also work, and also have friends. And it's a lot. And so the key to like dealing with that could be tap out. We also got corn. It's corn. It's harvest. Corn has been a symbol of fertility and abundance. This card tells of harvesting the seeds you planted, the conclusion to a season of hard work and focus. It's time to reap rewards and celebrate. It can also allude to an offering for one's ancestors, sweet treats to symbolize the sweetness of the life they've given you, to show gratitude for their loving presence and work in your life. The shadow side of this card is the reminder that you reap what you sow, and if you haven't sown what was to your benefit, you reap the consequences. So that kind of goes back to the other story I was saying of like, and being tapped into like all the bad stuff that's happening in the world can make you real apathetic. It can make people, it can like creep up on people how apathetic they can become by being like, oh, well, nothing matters because, you know, Pakistan is flooded and Puerto Rico's flooded and without electricity, and nobody cares about anything, and corporations this, and we can get so like everything's going to shit, so nothing matters. And so therefore it's very easy to get apathetic and then move into this mentality of like, even if you don't recognize it, being manipulative, and like not moving intentionally, because what does intentions matter if you're apathetic and like exhausted by the weight of the world. And so tapping into your heart energy, it's like the idea of like, a lot of people, when they get that apathetic, they're just like, oh, I don't care. But you do care. And so tapping into like the emotional space and saying like, wow, I really care about everything that's happening. And I care so much that I'm upset and exhausted by how little I think I can do. And so, yeah, being honest about that, and then tapping into what you can do right now. Like, really, like, what can this is what people would say is apathetic. Like, oh, you don't care, you don't you don't care what's happening around the world because you're not reading the news lines every day, like the news every day or something. But I feel like a lot of times we've gotten into like performative care, where like reading the news and knowing what's happening means that you care. Whereas caring can also look like, you know, caring for yourself to like take a break from the news, because knowing about what's happening in Puerto Rico and not having the resource to support does not mean that you need, you know, like not even just Puerto Rico, that's just an example, but like all of the world's problems, it's like, unless you have a clear intention to spread information, unless you have a clear intention to like just keep informed, it's always important to like keep informed. But if it's getting to the point where your spirit is like low and you're apathy and you're just like, you're caring by paying attention and reading, but in your own personal life, maybe you're noticing that you don't even care about the person next to you because you care so much about what's happening across the world, but you don't care about the person right next to you because it doesn't matter. The world's going to shit. You know, that type of energy. So like tapping into your heart space and your immediate present space. But the, you know, like people who can do charity work and go do all these like trips to everywhere else, but then and like care so much about like homeless kids in some other country, but then they treat the homeless in their own neighborhood like shit, you know? So it's like, when do you care? Where do you care? And how convenient is it to care way over there and not like right here? And how much of that is also like, you know, that apathy that turns into, yeah, just like not knowing the power that you wield, I don't know how to say, wield or weld? Wield. I'm gonna go wield. Not knowing the power that you wield. I don't like the power that you hold and can hold right where you are, because you're so concerned about saving the world. And so it's just being present with your emotional space where you are. That's what I'm getting. Because even the way I was feeling in the beginning of just like, oh, I'm sick of this song, it's kind of that apathetic, that like, you know, that throwaway energy, pretending like you don't care. Maybe you do care. You can be annoyed with the energy and still care. Or just like listening to songs that are very honest can be annoying when you don't care, because that person's sharing their heart. Anyway, okay, I'm done with this reading, but thank you for tuning in. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please in the description box is this is like I did like 5 readings today, so I'm just tired right now. But if you want a personal reading with me, the description box has my, I was gonna say YouTube. It has my Instagram, it has my email for where you can go to email me for a reading. And yeah, thanks for chilling with me.